If you've decided that original Medicare is the right path for you, and you want a Medigap supplement to protect you from the uncapped 20%, you've already made one of the smartest decisions in retirement planning. But now comes the second decision. Which Medigap plan? And for most people in 2026, that decision comes down to two plans, Plan G and Plan N. These are the two most popular Medigap supplement plans in America right now, and the choice between them is one that follows you every single month for the rest of your retirement. Get it right, and you have predictable, protected healthcare costs for life. Get it wrong, and you could be overpaying by hundreds of dollars every year, or facing unexpected out-of-pocket costs that you thought you were protected from. Today we are going to settle this debate completely. Plan G versus Plan N. What each one covers, what each one costs, who each one is right for, and which one most Medicare advisors recommend, and why. Stay with us. Welcome back to Medicare Exposed. No commissions, no plans to sell, no agenda. Just the truth about Medicare every single week. If you're new here, subscribe right now. Let's get into it. Before we compare the two plans, let's make sure we're starting from the same place. Medigap, also called Medicare Supplement Insurance, is private insurance that fills the gaps in original Medicare. Specifically, the gaps we covered in Video 6. The uncapped 20% coinsurance under Part B, the Part A hospital deductible. The skilled nursing facility coinsurance. Without a Medigap plan, a serious illness or major surgery can leave you with tens of thousands of dollars in out-of-pocket costs. With a Medigap plan, those costs are covered, and you pay a predictable fixed monthly premium instead. Now, there are several Medigap plan letters available, A, B, C, D, F, G, K, L, M, N. But as of 2020, Plans C and F are no longer available to people newly eligible for Medicare. Which means for most people turning 65 today, the real choice is between Plan G and Plan N. Let's start with Plan G. Plan G is the most comprehensive Medigap plan available to new Medicare enrollees. Here is exactly what Plan G covers, on top of what original Medicare already pays. Part A coinsurance and hospital costs, covered. Part A hospice care coinsurance, covered. Part A deductible, covered. Part B coinsurance and copays, covered. Part B excess charges, covered. Skilled nursing facility coinsurance, covered. Foreign travel emergency care, covered up to plan limits. The only thing Plan G does not cover is the Part B annual deductible. In 2024, that deductible was $240 per year. That is the only out-of-pocket cost you face under Plan G, $240 once per year. After that, Medicare and Plan G cover everything else. Every doctor visit, every outpatient procedure, every specialist, every surgery, no copays, no coinsurance, no surprises, just your monthly premium. And that single $240 annual deductible. For people who want maximum financial predictability and the freedom to see any doctor or specialist in the country, Plan G is the gold standard. Now let's talk about Plan N. Plan N covers almost everything. Plan G covers, with two important differences. Difference 1. Plan N does not cover Part B excess charges. What are Part B excess charges? When a doctor does not accept Medicare assignment, meaning they don't fully accept Medicare's approved payment amount, they can charge up to 15% more than the Medicare approved rate. That extra amount is called an excess charge. Under Plan G, that excess charge is covered. Under Plan N, you pay it yourself. Now, the good news is that most doctors in America do accept Medicare assignment, so excess charges are relatively uncommon. But they do exist, and in certain specialties and certain states, they are more common than others. Difference 2. Plan N has copays for certain services. Up to $20 for some office visits. Up to $50 for emergency room visits that don't result in inpatient admission. These copays are not enormous, but they are unpredictable. If you see doctors frequently, those $20 copays can add up significantly over the course of a year. In exchange for these two differences, Plan N has a lower monthly premium than Plan G. often $30 to $60 per month lower, depending on your age, gender, location, and the insurer. So here is the core question. Is the lower premium of Plan N worth the additional out-of-pocket exposure from copays and potential excess charges? The answer depends entirely on how you use healthcare. Let me give you the framework for making this decision. Plan G is right for you if you see doctors frequently, multiple specialist visits per year, regular ongoing care for chronic conditions, because those $20 copays under Plan N add up fast. 10 specialist visits per year at $20 each is $200 in copays, plus the potential for excess charges. At that level of healthcare usage, the premium difference between Plan G and Plan N may be smaller than the total out-of-pocket difference. Plan G is also right for you if you live in a state or area with higher rates of non-assignment doctors. Certain specialties, particularly oncologists, orthopedic surgeons, and certain dermatologists, are more likely to charge excess fees. If you are managing a condition that requires these specialists, Plan G's excess charge coverage has real financial value. And Plan G is right for you if you simply want the peace of mind of knowing that beyond your $240 annual deductible, your costs are completely predictable. No copays, no excess charges, no surprises, ever. Plan N is right for you if you are relatively healthy, you see doctors infrequently, maybe just your primary care physician once or twice per year, and the occasional specialist. If you are visiting the doctor 3 times per year or fewer, your Plan N copay exposure is $60 or less annually. That is almost certainly less than the premium savings. Plan N is also right for you if all of your doctors accept Medicare assignment, which you can verify at Medicare.gov before enrolling. And Plan N is right for you if you are budget conscious and the monthly premium savings are meaningful to your retirement income. A $50 monthly premium saving is $600 per year. Over a 20-year retirement, that is $12,000 saved in premiums, assuming the gap stays consistent. For healthy retirees who use healthcare infrequently, that math can strongly favor Plan N. Now let's talk about what most Medicare advisors actually recommend. And this might surprise you. Most independent Medicare advisors, the ones with no financial stake in which plan you choose, recommend Plan G as the default starting point. Here is why. Healthcare usage almost always increases with age. The healthy 65-year-old who rarely sees a doctor is often a very different person at 72 or 75. Chronic conditions develop. Specialist relationships become important. The frequency of doctor visits increases, and at that point, the copay exposure under Plan N starts to matter more. The problem is, switching from Plan N to Plan G later requires medical underwriting in most states, which means if your health has changed, you may not be able to get Plan G at standard rates, or at all. So the advisors who recommend Plan G are essentially saying, pay a little more now for maximum flexibility and protection, rather than saving a little now and potentially being unable to upgrade later. That is a compelling argument, but here is the counterargument. Some advisors recommend starting with Plan N, especially for people who are genuinely healthy, and saving the premium difference in a dedicated account. The logic being, if you save $50 per month in a separate account, you accumulate $600 per year, which more than covers most realistic copay scenarios and builds a cushion for any excess charges. This strategy works if you are disciplined enough to actually save the difference, and if your health remains relatively stable. Here is the bottom line. There is no universally right answer between Plan G and Plan N, but there is a right answer for you. And here is the framework I'd use to find it. Step 1. Be honest about your current health and your family health history. If chronic conditions run in your family, or you are already managing ongoing health issues, Plan G's predictability is worth the higher premium. Step 2. Check whether your current doctors accept Medicare assignment. Go to Medicare.gov, search for each of your doctors, and confirm their assignment status. If all your doctors accept assignment, Plan N's excess charge exposure is minimal. Step 3. Calculate the real annual cost difference. Take the monthly premium difference between Plan G and Plan N in your area. Multiply by 12. That is your annual premium saving with Plan N. Then estimate your realistic annual copay exposure based on how often you see doctors. Compare the two numbers. If the premium saving significantly exceeds your realistic copay exposure, Plan N deserves serious consideration. If they're close, Plan G's peace of mind is probably worth the difference. Step 4. Talk to a ship counselor. Free, unbiased, no commission, shiphelp.org. They can pull up every Medigap plan available in your specific zip code with exact premium quotes and help you run this comparison with real numbers for your specific situation. Plan G and Plan N are both excellent options. Both give you the freedom of original Medicare. Both protect you from the uncapped 20%. Both give you access to virtually every doctor and hospital in America. The difference between them is smaller than the difference between either of them, and having no Medigap supplement at all. Whatever you choose it during your guaranteed issue window at 65. Because that window, as we've covered many times on this channel, does not stay open forever. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because next week we're covering the IRMAA appeal process, step by step, including exactly which form to file, how to fill it out, and how to get hundreds of dollars per month back from a surcharge that should never have been applied to you. We'll see you there.